Hello friends, this is Nursing Panda. Welcoming you to my channel Farmer Gyan. Today I will discuss about cleaning validation part 2. In previous part 1, I have told about some general things about cleaning validation, and in this part I will discuss about selection of cleaning method and the selection of scientific basis for the determination of previous product residue in the next product. So first one is selection of a cleaning method. Selection of a cleaning method may be clean in place, clean out of place, and manual cleaning method. And based on the resources and suitability in the respected company, the manufacturing team can select a cleaning method like clean in place, clean out of place, and manual cleaning. And clean in place is generally referred to an automatic cleaning process where the machine can be cleaned by the use of some washing solution tank with the help of nozzles and spray balls. And clean out of place is a method where the equipment parts are disassembled and taken to a separate area like washing area, where they can be cleaned by using some equipment, or also by manually method also they can be cleaned. And manual cleaning method is the most difficult one, in which experienced operators are required. And also it depends on several factors like cleaning agent concentration, scrubbing or soaking action, and time, and the pressure or flow of water, etc. Then coming to selection of scientific basis for contamination limit, there are three ways in which we can calculate the contamination limit. First one is therapeutic dose, in which it is said that 1 by 1000 of the minimal daily dose of previous product, if it is present in the next product largest daily dose, then there will be no impact on the patients uh, who are going to administer that second product. And second one is the health waste exposure limit, which is the basis, or for calculating AD, PD, or LD50. And based on that we can also calculate the residue limit. Third one is the default limit, that is for drug products it is considered as 10 ppm, and for APIs it is considered 50 ppm or 100 ppm. And from the above three criteria of calculation of residue limit, the most stringent one will be taken as the highest concentration of the previous product that can be present in the next product. Then first one is therapeutic dose calculation. This calculation is used for the drug product which is having a dose, and this is not applicable for intermediates or drug or that cleaning agents which does not have a dose. And for this LD50 value is used for calculation of the residue limit. So the formula is I by j into k by l into m, where I equal to 0.001 of minimum therapeutic dose of previous product, j is the largest therapeutic dose of the next product, k is the minimum base size of the next product, and l is the surface area that is shared between the two products, surface area of equipments in which these two products are being manufactured, and m is the swab area. So now the question is which next product shall be considered for calculation. This is the formula, but for calculation purpose, the product from the product matrix, that product will be selected having lowest k by j ratio in the calculation. So one example is given: if there are 10 number of products manufactured in one equipment train, and suppose product number 5 is selected as worst case, and there is given some k by j ratios of product 1 to 10 respectively, and out of that the minimum k by j ratio comes as 20. That is the respective product of 2. So product number 2 shall be selected for the calculation purpose. So now my question is, why lowest KPI ratio is used for calculation. That is one exercise for you, and you should answer this one. Next, one example is given for therapeutic dose calculation. Suppose previous product A has a standard daily dose of 10 mg and having base size 200 kg, and the next product B has a standard daily dose of 250 mg and base size 50 kg. Both A and B are administered orally, and calculate the residue limit of A and B, where the shared surface area of equipment is 10 lakh centimeter square and the swab area is 100 centimeter square. So putting the formula I by J into K by L into M, where I is 0.001 of the minimal daily dose of A, that is 0.001 into 10 mg, by J, that is the largest daily dose or standard daily dose of product B, that is 250 mg, into K by L. So K is the minimum base size of product B, that is 50 kg, by L is the shared surface area, that is 10 lakh centimeter square, into M, that is the swab area, that is 100 centimeter square. So after the calculation we will get the result as 0.2 mg, that is 0.2 mg of product A can be present in the product B in a swab area of 100 centimeter squares. So the next one is an exercise for you, where where the question is given as previous product A has a minimum daily dose of 20 mg and the base size is 50 kg. The product B is a largest daily dose 200 mg and base size is 100 kg. Both A and B are administered orally. So calculate the residual limit of A and B considering the cell surface area is 1 lakh centimeter square and the surface area is swab area is 25 centimeter square. That is one exercise for you. Next, default limit calculation, that is 10 ppm. As I said earlier that 10 ppm is considered for truck product and 50 or 100 ppm is considered for API. So the formula is P by Q into R into S, where P is 10 ppm of the previous product that it can be carried out to the next product, and Q is the shared surface area between the products, R is the minimum base size of the next product, and S is the swab area. So there is an example given. Suppose previous product A has a minimum daily dose of 5 mg and the base size is 250 kg. The next product B has the largest daily dose of 100 mg and base size is 200 kg. Both A and B are administered orally. Suppose shared surface area is 5 lakh centimeter square and the swab area is 25 centimeter square. So calculate the residue limit of A and B. So putting the formula P by Q into R into S, that is P is 10 ppm into Q is R is 200 kg into S is 25 centimeter square and Q is 5 lakh centimeter square. After putting the formula and we will, after calculation we will get the result as 100 microgram. So this is all about calculation by doing calculation of residue limit by doing the default limit and therapeutic dose. I have asked two questions here. One is why lowest K by J ratio is used for the calculation of the residue limit of previous product in next product, and another is I have given an exercise for you on the basis of therapeutic dose calculation. So I hope you will do that, and in my video in the comment box you should mention your answers. So hoping for the best, and thank you for now. Thank you very much.